Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the first ever episode of Taped Up, where we bring to you everything NFL and NBA that you need to know. My name's Peen Poppy, aka T Mac 30. I'm your host, and I'm here with my two co-hosts, Identity, aka Ryan, and Resnick, aka Eric.
Howdy.
Wow, what a fucking intro.
You know what I'm saying? First
Right,
ever
Nick.
intro, we're kind of in there.
Yeah.
You know, the Packers suck, the Browns suck. You know, we all
Sounds
just
blow.
suck. So we thought we'd make a sucky podcast together
yeah.
as teammates. You
What's
know?
up, baby? Let's get it. Last Thursday, we're gonna go through last week's NFL games. Last Thursday, Bears and Commanders.
I mean, the Bears won and the Packers lost this week. What are we talking about?
chill
It's a
out.
W week.
Chill.
W week.
Yeah.
Justin
Ron Rivera's
Fields
getting
had-
fired.
Fields, 15 for
2
29,
weeks.
282 yards, 4 touchdowns.
We're doing this for every game.
No, not every game, but when the Bears score 40 points, we gotta.
we gotta talk about how DJ Moore got me
DJ Moore.
51 points in fantasy. 51 points in fantasy. You know?
I don't think he's gonna do that again, unfortunately.
I mean, I'll take what I get. You know?
He's been playing pretty good the last 2 weeks. They must have changed something in their old playbook.
Yeah, but let's get realistic. That's two of the worst teams in the NFL. Let's move on to Sunday's great London game.
No. Wait, let's go back to the Commanders game, right?
Okay.
Fuck him.
Sam Howell,
Sam Howell's
had
a
the most ru-
gunslinger.
had
He's the
the
next
most-
Brett Favre.
most rushing yards.
Yeah,
In the game?
27
Yes.
or 29 or something like
The
that.
most
Yeah.
rushing yards in the game or for the Commanders?
for the
For
Commanders.
the Commanders. Sorry.
Brian
Not the
Robinson.
game. Yeah,
fucked
literally.
me on my parlay.
So bad.
19 rushing yards led the team in
Awful.
rushing.
Awful.
Okay. See, what we're not doing is running the
Well-
ball for the Commanders.
when you get down 21 points in about 5 minutes, you can't really run the ball. And when your fucking running back gives you 2 yards of carry, you're going to go
Thanks.
away from it pretty quick.
Okay, so is this a turning point for the Bears, or are they just playing the Commanders?
Who the Bears play this week? They play the
I want to say
Vikings.
They play the Vikings. I mean, Justin
I wanna
Jefferson's
say-
not playing next week.
Justin Jefferson
and
ain't
Kirk
playing for the next
Cousins.
month.
Kirk Cousins is ass. So
Kirk Cousins is, in fact, terrible.
he's
Kirk Cousins
awful.
He's turning the ball over. He turned the ball over.
They're all turning the ball over. They got the most fumbles in 5 weeks than any team's had in a total season.
All right. Next we got the London game with Jaguars and the Bills.
I mean, I feel so bad for
That-
London.
It was
It was a good game, I think.
But they
it's
had to
totally
watch the
unfair.
Jaguars
Totally
back-to-back
unfair,
weeks.
in my opinion. Jags were there for 2 weeks.
They had
They
home
First
didn't-
off,
they, were-
advantage.
they stayed
Yeah,
there.
first off,
That's crazy to me.
the Bills
that they
took
allowed
over
that.
took over the Jaguars hotel when they were already there.
I don't know.
Obviously, which is fucked up, but it was technically Bills' home, I guess, right?
And then, in typical Bills fashion, Josh Allen had 360 yards, 2 touchdowns, and they
One
lost.
interception. One
And
interception.
I mean, Josh Allen is just the epitome of
Stephon
Fantastic
Diggs is a
stats.
fucking diva.
Trevor Lawrence looked
Steph-
amazing though. 25 for 37, 315 yards, 1 touchdown. Pretty good.
Calvin Ridley
Uh,
definitely took the over with 7 receptions and 120 yards.
ETN also 136 yards, 2 touchdowns.
ETN is a closer.
Okay, so
you gotta
I'm not going
leave.
to stick around
Also-
on this
5 minutes,
game
bro.
very long, but the Jaguars are winning the division now.
Possibly.
Yeah, probably.
High chance.
Probably.
But one more thing with this game.
Unless CJ
Josh-
Stroud keeps dealing.
Josh Allen
Mm.
also had the most rushing yards on the team with 14 yards.
Yep.
I mean, have the
Fucking-
Bills had a running back since Josh Allen's been there? Let's be honest.
What's his face? Cook. He's been
Yeah.
doing pretty good, but got pissed on
anyways.
this week.
Anyways, the Bills are going to finish like 10-7, make the playoffs, and lose to Patty Mahomes. That's not even a conversation anymore. The Jaguars might be in the AFC Championship this year. You just don't know.
Oh, yeah, I don't know. Next, we got the Tennessee Titans and Indianapolis Colts.
Boring.
Minshew.
Anthony Richardson can't stay healthy. There's been 5 games and he's been taken out of 4 of them.
Yeah, the Colts are a
Minshew
lost
Mania.
franchise.
Minshew's going to be the starter, I think, for the rest of
He's
the
dealing.
season.
He
Jonathan
needs-
Taylor's back. Limited
Jonathan
snaps
Taylor
this
is
week.
back. And
Limited
Zach
snaps.
Moss goes off.
Zach
for
Moss goes
150
off.
fucking
He's
yards.
like, "Oh, you want to pay that man?
Pay that man.
Eggs.
you can make that much being a running back? Okay, let me ball out real quick."
Facts.
Derrick Henry, terrible this season. I think
D Hop's best game of his season so far.
140 receiving yards. That's about it for
But,
that game, I think. Because
I mean, Jonathan
that-
Taylor's going to get more snaps. Hopefully, Jonathan Taylor goes back to being Jonathan Taylor. I have him on my fantasy team, so I'm really hoping Jonathan Taylor goes back to Jonathan Taylor. But other than that, the Titans, kind of a snoozeville, and the Colts, definitely a snoozeville.
Okay, the next one, Saints 34, Patriots 0.
I mean, can we get rid of the Patriots and bring in
So-
the St. Louis XFL team?
I got a
please?
question. Do you guys think this is Bill Belichick's last year?
Yes.
I think so.
Yes.
I
I
think
think he'll retire.
No, Kraft's not.
I don't think he's going to get fired. I don't think
Kraft's
he's going
not
to
going
get
to
fired. I think he's
fire
going
him,
to
and
retire.
Bill wants that win record.
they are 1-4.
Yeah, he's not
right now.
going anywhere.
Okay, I mean, they're going to have a top 5 pick, and they're going to trade it away for a cashier at receiver in the 3rd round.
My prediction is the Patriot. What are they? Fucking 2-3 right now.
1-4.
1-4.
And they've been
They'll
outscored
win-
78-3 in the last 2 games.
They'll win
of-
5 or 6 more games, get a 15th overall pick, get a left tackle, and then the cycle repeats.
You don't think they'll try to go
They're
after
always
Caleb
going to be
Williams?
good enough to get a shitty first round pick and do shitty with that pick.
You don't think they're going to try and go after Caleb Williams?
No.
Word.
Mac Jones, out of 5 games, has
He's thrown the
1,000
same amount of pick
1,000
sixes as Tom
yards.
Brady has.
5 touchdowns and 6 interceptions with a 40% QB rating.
There's a lot of hype with Billy O'Brien coming in as the OC. And they've looked better than
I-
they did last year
yeah.
offensively, but
Yep.
Mac Jones is
Jeez,
just
wow.
your
Is
that-
atypical Alabama quarterback.
Was that Alvin Kamara's first game or second game back?
was his first game back.
First game
First
back.
game.
80,
They're pretty good.
80 rushing yards and a touchdown. Solid.
I mean, Derek Carr is the
Derek
most-
Carr
Catches,
balled
too.
out.
Couple
He's the
catches,
most
3
mid
catches.
quarterback in the NFL behind Kirk Cousins.
But Dan Orlovsky
maybe.
said you put Mac Jones on the 49ers, and Mac Jones does the same thing that Brock Purdy's doing.
Not true.
No,
I don't
no
think so.
way.
I'm not even going to entertain that comment. That's
Yeah,
just a hater
That's
hating.
ridiculous.
Did you guys see that when Bill Belichick was interviewed? He said, "Why'd you bench Mac Jones?" Bill Belichick was like, "I didn't bench him. The game was just out of hand."
Oh,
Don't want to get hurt. We'll talk more about Brock Purdy later,
Yeah, when we get there.
but he's the
Alright.
truth. I'm gonna stop now. He's the truth.
All right, this one
Moving on.
this one I didn't expect at all. 17-10 Steelers and Ravens.
and it's just your classical AFC North matchup. with
Yeah.
the
I mean, the
Steelers.
Steelers are
find a
gonna
way
go
to win
9-8.
games.
They're gonna
Yeah.
go 9.
So, okay.
They're
It
going to
it is
find a
what
way
it
to
is.
win games that they have no reason winning.
We're gonna get through
Ravens
this
have
quick,
looked pretty good,
but
and Lamar fucking threw the game
So,
away.
do you guys think you seen the cam from Mac or Canada, right? When he didn't even give a shit when they scored.
Yeah.
You seen that, right? Do you guys
Yeah.
think
They
Kenny Pickett called an audible?
that's what I've heard.
And yeah, that's what I've seen.
I mean, that's what I'm assuming.
They called it Randy.
I think he
And
was
I
pissed
think
off because he didn't.
Kenny calls out whenever George Pickens in single coverage called Randy. So he's probably pissed. He was like, "Oh, they scored. Wasn't with my fucking play."
Yeah, he was probably pissed
So they
off. And the
probably weren't
dude,
too happy.
I don't know who was beside him. I don't know what he's doing, but he tapped him, and then he kind of flinched and like was about to get excited, but then the camera cut off, so I don't know what happened after that.
Dude, the cameras
um,
act happy.
Also, let's talk about Najee Harris.
Who?
Najee Harris.
Yeah. Who? Never heard of
Jalen
him.
Warren needs to fucking start getting the snaps. Unfortunately,
I mean, can we
Najee
talk about
Harris-
the Ravens receiving core for a minute?
Dropping the
they-
balls.
I mean, they have what?
Zay
15 drops?
Flowers. Oh my.
Rashad Bateman, Nelson Aguilar. We were catching the babies, unlike Aguilar.
Do you
That's what I'm
guys
saying.
think? Do you guys think that Gus Edwards or what's his name, Hill?
Hell,
Yeah. Do you
Hill?
think? Do you think Hill should start over him?
I
Yeah,
think
Gus Edwards.
I think
Gus
they
Edwards.
have the same dilemma that they had in
last year.
Dallas last year, where
Oh,
like Zeke was
Ravens
like more of a
fucked
power
last year,
back,
too.
like Gus Edwards to a degree,
Yeah.
and Hill I think is more of a speed back, but it's like situational, and I think they're just trying to figure out situations. I don't
Mhm.
think one should start over the other, but I think the same amount of carries should be divvied out at this point.
I mean, poor J.K. Dobbins.
Yeah, I mean, R.I.P. my man J.K. Dobbins for real.
All right. The next one is Houston Texans and Atlanta Falcons. 21-19 Atlanta.
All right, as a former Falcons
see-
fan, shout out to the Dirty Birds. All right, number one.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Ritter
mean,
looks pretty
Ritter,
good behind
he
the
does-
pocket.
It looked good.
Kyle Pitts is terrible, but had the most receiving yards, so that's cool.
Robinson's one-handed catch to the end zone.
I mean, I guess, but like
That was pretty cool.
they're not doing it like the Lions defensive back, which we'll get into.
So CJ Stroud,
Rookie of the year.
100%. I think rookie
As of
the
now,
year.
anyways.
7 touchdowns, 0 interceptions, 140
1,500 yards.
Yeah, 1,461 yards.
He's like third in passing yards, isn't he?
He's balling out right now.
He's
It's
finally
unfortunate
an Ohio
that-
State quarterback breaking it.
Unfortunate that Houston Texans defense didn't pull through and they lost the game because of that, but it is what it is. All right, Panthers and the Lions.
I mean,
the Lions are the
Panthers
real deal
have
this year.
the Panthers have, excuse my language, a midget at quarterback. What are we talking about here?
The game
I
where
think Bryce
Andy
Young's done pretty good with what he's.
I mean, I
given.
think he's done pretty good too.
You
But
got
then
Adam
he has people.
Thielen, he's like 31, 32 as his number one wide receiver.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not discrediting
he's
how well
white.
Bryce Young has been playing, but like
No,
there comes situations where he
no
tries to
run
get rid of the
game.
ball, but he can't see over the line. You know what I'm saying?
it was week 4, I think. Is that the week that Andy Dalton started over him?
He was
He
hurt.
was hurt or
He was
something like
hurt.
that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And he
I-
threw for like 450 yards.
He looked amazing.
Okay, but
the
Aiden
thing about
Hutchinson?
Red Rocket,
he looked great,
dog
but
boner.
he will definitely not do that. If he started, he wouldn't do that all season.
So I mean, I'm gonna.
that's the only game he probably would have.
That was also against what, the Vikings. Vikings defense is
Yeah.
god awful.
Okay, I do want to. Before we move off this topic, I gotta ask the Packers fans: is the Lions winning the division?
I said that shit before the season started.
I like that.
They're
like
the third
that.
best team in the NFC. They're not. They're not on the same level as the Eagles or the Niners, but
Facts.
they're
They're
probably the
definitely
third
tier
best team
2,
in the
but they're the
NFC.
third best team. Yeah, for sure.
Ben Johnson, the OC, can call some fucking plays.
Yeah, and Jared Goff kind of slanging. I ain't gonna lie.
Jared Goff
He's
is
doing
fine.
just enough. He's like Joe Flacco back for the Ravens when they won the Super Bowl. Like he's doing just enough. Just enough.
Footsteps Flacco.
Huh?
Footsteps Flacco.
I don't know. I don't even know what language you're saying.
His nickname. Footsteps Flacco.
My mistake. I thought we were talking about Jared Goff. I was like,
Giants,
no.
Dolphins.
Yep, Giants, Dolphins. Dolphins
Jones
obviously
hurt.
31-16.
Dolphins too fast.
Danny Long.
I mean,
Too furious.
the Dolphins lost a fluke game, and I think they're gonna win out the rest of the season.
I'm surprised that they allowed 16 points, but
I saw somebody tweet. Every time the Dolphins and Bills play, it should be Bills in winter and Miami in summer or in the fall, like early. So like you got to play in the Miami heat, and then you got to go play in the fucking Buffalo snowstorms.
yeah,
I think the
That'd be
Dolphins win
pretty
out
fire.
the rest of the year. If I'm being honest,
obviously,
I think they go
looked at the
16-1.
schedules, but
obviously Tua balled. He's everyone, I guess you could say.
Is Tyreek Hill the scariest player in NFL history?
Yes.
he got
100%.
caught though. He got caught running 22 miles an hour.
I
He
mean,
got
sorry,
hucked
he cannot run
down.
everybody.
He
All right,
should.
this one's good too.
He's washed.
Cincinnati, Arizona Cardinals.
I think
I think this is- yeah,
I
this
think
is
the
the-
Cardinals' magic is starting to wear off, and they're gonna start spiraling here.
I think
James
this
Conner.
this was the game where the Bengals start to ball out. I think.
I wouldn't
I
say
don't think
that.
so.
I think they just needed that one game, and I think this is that one.
I don't think so. I think Joe Burrow's going to start
I think
forcing the ball to Jamar Chase, and it's not going to work out very well for
A
them.
little too little, too late. You
don't know.
get a
I-
14 win over what everybody said was going to be the worst team in the NFL in the offseason. I don't know if that's what they need to kickstart their season, but if
I know
anybody can
Jamar
do it,
Chase
Joe
balled.
Burrow
Jamar
can
Chase
do
said
it.
he was 7-11, and
Jamar Chase
192 receiving yards, 3 touchdowns, always open.
T. Higgins was out, so he got more receptions. Once T. Higgins comes back, they're going to divvy it back out, and we're going to be back into the same situation we were in week 4. So
As a Browns
I think
fan,
the
I hope
Bengals-
so, but we'll see.
I think the Bengals finish 500, if that.
All right, Eagles and the Rams. Eagles are 5-0.
I give Rams
I really
props.
thought the Rams were going to win this one, but
Cooper Cup's back. He looks like he didn't miss a step,
Yeah.
really.
Let's talk about Puka
Matt
Nakua.
Stafford's still targeting him like crazy.
Puka Nakua. He could also be
Puka
in the ranking
Nakua.
of Rookie of the Year as well.
True.
I ain't giving
Um,
it to a wide receiver.
Probably not.
Facts. That's what I was gonna say. I mean, at the end of the day, if it comes down to a quarterback or a receiver, they're gonna give it to a quarterback. But Puka, I mean, he's doing good. The Rams, I think, are a sleeper wild card team. I mean, early, obviously, but if they start winning games and pulling games together, they can obviously be a sleeper
With
wild
how
card
weak
game.
the NFC is. I could see it.
Yeah,
Jalen
But-
Hurts. He
Eagles,
didn't
they
do
keep
bad,
winning.
but not his best game, I'd say.
this has been Jalen Hurts all season, though. I feel like he's my
Yeah.
fantasy quarterback, so like I see his stats and like 250 to 300 yards, one touchdown, one interception is like every game. It seems like.
Yeah.
I really thought after last week, who'd they play last week?
Jalen Hurts also had most
They could
most
kinda
rushing
ball
yards
out.
on the team.
Against the Commanders. Last week he was 25 for 37, 319, 2 tuts. I thought he was going to start dealing. I thought that was the game he needed, but didn't look crazy good against the Rams.
Jets and Denver Broncos. I don't know what
I mean-
happened to Russell Wilson, but he is Garbo.
The Broncos messed up. They brought some hot moms to the stadium. You know, Zach Wilson just balls out when he sees them. Wheels and deals a little bit for just right under 200 yards.
And then
And
fumbles the game away.
this game was almost one of the worst games I watched all
And
weekend.
Russell fumbles the game away.
Yeah, he fumbled, and then Sean Payton was on his ass about it.
I think Sean
Um,
Payton hates Russell Wilson.
Can't blame him.
I don't know why Sean Payton came back.
He
Coach
should've
Denver
stayed with that.
Broncos.
And then he talked shit about Nathaniel Hackett,
I seen that.
how bad a head coach he was for the
Mhm.
Broncos. Now they're staring down the same fucking season.
Unfortunate for them.
Right. Kansas City and Minnesota Vikings.
The Chiefs did not win this game. The Vikings
Nope.
lost this game.
Yeah.
The Vikings lost this game. But
Do you-
that's what I
okay,
expect from the great
thing
Kirk
that's going
Cousins.
around. Do you guys think that was pass interference? Do you
I
think
don't
it
think
was
it was
tipped?
a catchable ball.
It wasn't catchable, but it also wasn't tipped.
It was nowhere near
But he was
catchable.
also all over him. But I don't know. I don't know.
I mean, it was
same
nowhere
thing
near
happened.
catchable.
Same thing happened last week with the Jets.
I will
Whatever.
say the Chiefs have been kind of
Yeah,
getting some calls.
exactly.
Getting some calls last
If
few
it
weeks.
happens this coming week, very
I don't know.
very sketchy.
I mean, the Vikings are probably going to win the AFC as usual. I mean, be the
Alright.
number one seed going into the playoffs, and then the Vikings. I actually, truthfully, picked the Vikings to go 4-13. I have a bet on it, actually, believe it or not.
You
and it's
betting? Really?
It looks pretty solid that they're going to go 4-13. So we're going to see what happens.
If I can get Kirk Cousins out of there, they might do that. Might trade his ass.
Justin Jefferson went on IR, so he's out until what week 10, week 9, something like that. Wasn't it 4
Yeah,
weeks?
4 weeks minimum.
Jeez.
All right. San Francisco and the Cowboys.
Brock Purdy is the
One
best
second.
quarterback in the NFL. Brock
Cowboys
Purdy is
are
the best
frauds.
Yeah.
best quarterback in the NFL.
I mean, I don't
This
know.
man is 14-1 in his last 15 games, and his one loss, he blew his elbow out and almost won.
So 17 for 24, 252 yards and 4 touchdowns. 3 of them going to George Kittle. Pretty fucking solid. I think also Chris McCaffrey scored every single game he's been since he's been there.
14 straight games he scored.
Yeah. So
Last week he had 3.
That's my MVP pick.
that's
as
an
of right now.
automatic W if you bet on anytime touchdown for Chris McCaffrey.
I saw this thing. If you bet on him the first game he was there till now, and if you rolled your bet over and over, so you put $10 on him to score and you got your 20, and you turn that 20 into 40, you'd have like $78,000.
Jeez.
Right now his anytime touchdown's like minus 250.
All right, Ryan, you ready?
That's how like guaranteed it is, dude.
Hold on,
Time to talk
before we move
about
on,
it.
hold on before we move on. CMC MVP early as of right now.
It'd be pretty cool, but
They
again,
never give
it's a quarterback
MVPs
award.
to
He'll win
quarter-
Offensive Player of the Year,
Yeah.
probably.
It's always
Offensive
to a
Player of the Year,
quarterback.
and then like
Got it.
Tua gets MVP.
Yeah.
I'm just
I
throwing
gotta
a quarterback name
yeah,
out.
yeah.
Josh Allen's odds to win MVP last week were plus 350.
I seen that.
He was first. He had the
And I think it
lowest odds.
was
Now it had to go
Tua.
down
It
because
was
they lost. But
Tua and was it Tua and Jalen Hurts that were tied, or is it Tua and Patrick Mahomes? I think it was Tua and Jalen Hurts, maybe. I don't know.
Let's move on. Ryan, what happened, man?
Okay. Bright side. Jordan Love threw 3 picks, and we lost by 4.
Right side, yeah.
That is a bright side.
I mean,
Defense
you lost
played
to the
held up.
halfway
Ravens.
decent for the first time in 2 years.
Was it the defense or the shitty Raiders offense?
A little bit of both. A little bit of both.
All right.
We had Preston Smith guarding Devontae Adams. And if you don't know who Preston Smith is, he's a defensive end. And he's like 31, 32, guarding Devontae Adams out in the slot. That's ridiculous.
That's pretty
Guess
good,
who
honestly.
guess who got the ball on that play?
Um,
Devontae Adams.
I'm going to go out on a limb and say Devontae Adams.
We line our corners up 10 yards off the ball on 3rd and goal. We're just protecting the goal line. Then Jacoby Myers catches the slant over the middle, wide open, easy touchdown. We're the youngest offense in the NFL.
Excuses.
So, I mean, play calling's been god awful. Matt LaFleur is some offensive guru. Yeah, it's just not looking too great.
Ryan and I talked about this before we
It's going
started.
to be a lot of ups and downs with the Packers
So
this season.
I think he doesn't.
The
I
next
think that
He's
at
bad,
the
bitch.
last play of the Packers drive, I think that was pass interference. He pushed off, but obviously you can't do anything about it. But I think it was bad.
I don't think you make that call at the end of the game, regardless.
True.
Unless it's
But-
like ungodly blatant, I don't think you're going to
What?
make that call. To be honest.
I don't know.
As a
We-
Packers, I'd say it's probably not pass interference. I don't like that Jordan Love threw that ball. 3rd and 10, 3rd and 8 or something like that.
I mean, they were driving well.
Watson was open early in the play, but Max Crosby, who was shitting on us all night, got in his face, so he had to roll out, tuck the ball, so he had to throw it late. And then when he throw it late, bad things happen.
I seen that he also had a nice 26-yard run. That was pretty cool.
Yes, he did. I bet it's over 15.5, and he hit that 26-yard run the first quarter. That was pretty nice.
For you. All
Where we
right.
at?
Denver and the Chiefs.
Chiefs.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Who would have thought?
But T-Mac brought up a good point. He said,
This is the kind of game that the Russell Wilson wins. Like, for whatever reason, the Russell Wilson magic happens on games where they're supposed to get blown out by 100.
I wouldn't say they're going to win, but the line right now is 10.5. Chiefs minus 10.5, which for a Thursday night game, I feel on a short week, that's fucking ridiculous. I feel like that's way too many points. I will not be betting the Broncos plus 10.5 because their offense has been decent this year.
"Yeah, it was a lot better than
Russ
last
is
year."
turning the ball over, but Russell Wilson's statistics are better than Patrick. I mean, I'm not saying he's better than Patrick Mahomes, but his statistics this year are better than Patrick Mahomes. It's just been the Broncos defense that have been letting up crazy points. They let up 31 to the Jets. 31 to
So-
the Jets. That's ridiculous.
I know this is at Kansas City, but call me stupid, but say Taylor Swift is not at this game. You know exactly what they're
I don't
going to
wanna
do.
Talk about that bitch.
I'm just saying. You know exactly what they're going to do. They're going to
Suck her
say,
tits.
no. They're going to say that Taylor Swift is a good luck charm.
I mean, yeah.
It's
Well, Jim, if they win here tonight, you know who's going to be at the games the rest of the year.
exactly.
That's that bitch.
What a perfect way to write a
T.
script.
Another
I'm
London
being
game.
honest.
Another London game here.
Yes,
Sunday
Ravens and
morning.
Titans.
Thank God it's
A
not the
real
Jaguars.
a real poop show. I feel like is coming our way. Maybe 13-6. That's my final.
How many
score
touchdowns do you think Lamar Jackson's going to? What?
I think Lamar will run in one and not pass for one.
I think he'll run in all night in the red zone. That's just what he's been doing. That's what he did against the Browns twice.
I think Vrabel will get the boys buzzing. Keep Lamar under control. I just don't see this being a very high scoring game.
I don't
In my
either.
opinion.
I think it'll be a lot
Eric
of
Henry
on the
can't do
count.
anything. I don't know, and it's just probably one of
And
those
everybody-
17-10, 17-20 games, whatever.
And every single receiver for the Ravens are going to drop the ball 6 times a piece. So is Odell back this week?
He was
He was
back last week.
This week. He got hurt again, but he
Did.
came back in. So who
Gotcha.
knows?
I guess I missed that.
Wasn't it like one play or something like that? He was out.
I couldn't even tell you. I think he like went to the locker room. So I think there's more than one play.
Commanders and the Falcons.
Give me the Commanders.
Give me the Falcons.
Desmond Ritter's undefeated at home, both college and NFL, but I think that comes to an end.
I think the Falcons lose.
You think?
I think the Falcons lose. Yeah. I think the Commanders are due for another win, and the
Yeah, I
Falcons
don't
I
think
had-
Washington's too
a
bad.
poor franchise.
I had Washington for my D in fantasy last week. Gave me -1.
I mean, I moved Dallas. I have Dallas's defense. I moved Dallas's defense to the bench and got the Ravens defense. Dallas got me -2, and the Ravens got me 7. So it happens.
Yeah. Seahawks and the Bengals. Give me the Bengals. Ah.
Give me the Seahawks. Give me
I'm
Geno.
gonna change that.
Seahawks.
Give me Geno.
Give me the Seahawks.
Yeah, I'll go with the Seahawks.
I think
as
DK
well.
Metcalf abuses the Bengals. The Bengals' secondary is like just really struggling this year. I mean, the middle of the field in every game the Bengals have played has been wide open.
Metcalf
They're
is
just getting picked
is
apart.
balling out this year as well.
Yeah, and I think Joe
I also
Burrow's
have
going to try and
Kenneth
force the
Walker
ball to
III.
Chase.
Joe Mixon can't do shit this year. I don't know. Like you said, Joe Burrow's going to force it to Chase, and they're not going to work out in their favor. Colts and Jaguars. Go 3-2. Give me the
Give
Jags.
me the Jaguars.
Give me the Jags.
Yeah, give me the Jaguars. I think Calvin Ridley will have a heyday.
They have a 65.5% winning the game. We're going to speed through this. Panthers and Miami. Give me Miami, obviously.
Give me the
Miami
Panthers.
by 100.
Miami.
Give me the Panthers.
Risky
I'm a root for the
boy.
Panthers this year. I'm a root for the Panthers this year. I want them to get a win.
You let me
12%
know how
chance
that
to
goes.
win. Are you confident enough to bet money line?
Go ahead and throw every dollar you've ever made on Carolina.
Put 100 money line right now. 100 money line right now.
How much is that?
So I don't know.
What are the?
I
What's
don't know.
the
I gotta
odds?
check. Let me see.
No, I'm not, guys. I'm not betting. I'm not betting. I don't think I could put
I
a
just
penny
wanna-
on the
I just
Panthers this
wanna-
year.
610. So you put
$610.
$100 on it, you get $610.
If the Panthers might be the first team to go 0-17. I don't know.
It's not-
Probably squeak out a win against the Falcons somehow.
at least
Maybe.
at least they'll beat the Browns record.
That's what I'm saying.
Someone's got to crush it, right?
That's what I'm saying.
Vikings and the Bears. Give me the Bears.
Give me the Bears. The Vikings are terrible. They're
Give me the
awful. They
Vikings.
can't take care of the football. Justin Jefferson's out. Kirk Cousins is struggling. The running
Give me the
game is just
Vikings.
not working. Give me the Bears.
Give me the Vikings.
Justin Fields is going to throw for another 400 yards tomorrow or on Sunday.
I do
400.
believe with Justin Jefferson being out, it's gonna make Kirk spread the ball out a little bit. Expect a big game from TJ Hawkinsox.
All right.
I know it's going to be a high scoring game. Neither can play defense.
both 1 and
Yep.
4. All right, the game I'm gonna be at. Niners and the Browns.
49ers by 20.
The Browns by 10.
I think we're gonna get destroyed. I'll be honest with
Who
you. 'cause
had
our
the-
freaking
No.
quarterback? We have
No, no,
quarterback
no,
problems
no.
right now.
No,
Deshaun
no,
Watson
no,
might not
listen,
play.
listen.
DTR
Practice.
sucks. So it's
Okay,
gonna
okay.
be PJ Walker.
If Deshaun Watson does not play, we're losing. If Deshaun Watson plays, the Browns are winning this game because they're not going to let the 49ers score every drive like all these other teams have.
Probably not every drive, but I think they'll score a decent amount.
The Dallas Cowboys statistically was the number 1 defense. The Browns are the real number 1 defense. And we're not hurt.
I don't know if the Cowboys were statistically the number 1 defense.
Well,
No.
said it in fantasy, they were number 1
Hell
defense.
I believe they're like 26 in passing yards.
Well, look,
allowed since
regardless,
Trayvon Diggs' injury.
The Browns, pending Deshaun Watson playing, the Browns are winning this game.
I
by
don't think
10.
So
I really,
Next.
really hope that he plays. But see,
Browns are-
Saints and
Browns are
Houston.
fucked, brother.
Give me the
Browns.
Texans. And give me
Yeah.
CJ Stroud with 250 yards and 2 touchdowns, no interceptions.
Give me the Saints.
I'm gonna go
And
Texans
fuck it.
as well.
This is the first week CJ Stroud throws an interception.
That's a good one.
I mean, it's
Marshawn
so an Ohio State
Lattimore.
corner. Yeah. Jeej.
All right. Patriots and the Raiders.
Give me
Give me
the
the
Raiders by
Patriots.
110.
Give me the Patriots. Josh McDaniels, former Patriots OC, under Bill Belichick.
I don't know. Jimmy G
Billy
might.
knows his plays.
Mac Jones
The
might get
Patriots
big.
can't put an
Bailey
They're gonna
offense
Zappi
figure
might
together.
come
something
in.
out on offense. Maybe get Ramondre Stevenson
Nah.
going. Maybe get
No.
Zeke 10 yards
No.
in the game.
10
No.
yards.
Washed.
The Patriots can't get an
So
offense
bad.
together. Give me the Raiders.
Give me the Pats.
I'll go the Raiders, but I think Jimmy Garoppolo is going to have one, if not two, picks.
Give me 3.
3.
Maybe. Jimmy G give you one once in a while.
He has 7 interceptions.
You should have had 2 or 3 last night.
I think Josh Jacobs finally learns how to play running back this week and rushes for over 100 yards.
You think Jimmy G is going to connect to Davante Adams for a touchdown
No.
at all?
I don't think Jimmy G knows how to connect to any receiver, if I'm being honest.
This is a good one here. Lions and Tampa Bay.
Give me the line.
Baker Mayfield.
Give me
is balling out
Baker
this year,
Mayfield. Give me Baker Mayfield every day of the week.
but I'm going to go with the Lions.
Unbelievable. Yeah, Lions by 100.
The Lions.
I think it'll
have
be a good
chance.
game, but give me the lines.
Cardinals and the Rams. Give me the Rams.
Give me the Rams.
Give me the Rams.
Josh Dobbs is not going to win that game.
Like I said, I
No.
think the Cardinals' pizzazz is starting to wear off. They're not going to be able to run the ball as well without James Conner. Rams are sneaky.
They're on the way up.
sneaking.
They're on the way up for sure.
Eagles and the Jets. Give me the Eagles all day.
Give me the
6-0.
Jets.
Give me the
Think
Eagles.
Zach Wilson's going to do that to him?
I think
don't
Zach
think so.
Wilson will wheel and deal against the Eagles this
I
week.
think Zach
Actual. I'm
Wilson's
not even
gonna
trolling.
shit his pants against Jalen Carter.
I'm not trolling.
Jalen Carter might
Jets by a
break
field goal
Zach
this weekend.
Wilson's neck. Huh?
Jets by a field goal
That's
this
by a
weekend.
field goal.
On a last-minute drive by Zach Wilson, down the field, 40, 50 yards off of a punt, field
Yeah.
goal for the win.
It is in New York.
Give me the Jets.
Giants and the Bills. Give me the
Bills.
Why is this a
Giants are
primetime
dead.
game?
I
I don't think
know.
Danny Dimes is playing.
Can we please move the Lions Buccaneers to the primetime game?
Unless Tyrod Taylor
the
comes out
Browns and
starts
Niners?
stealing.
Or any other game? Is Daniel Jones not playing?
He's
I
got a
don't
neck
know.
injury.
Nice
Who's their
price.
backup?
Tyrod Taylor.
Oh, Tyrod Taylor, wheels and deals.
He
Giants by
might
100.
sling the fucking pill around.
Hey, Tyrod Taylor, as long as he doesn't get his kidney puncture or whatever happened to him in his last stint, whenever he was playing, when the doctors
Chargers.
punctured
That's how
whatever
Justin
he
Herbert's
did.
got. That's how Justin Herbert got his first. start.
Yeah,
Punctured
yeah.
his lungs.
If something don't happen like that to Tyrod Taylor might sneak a win in here. I ain't gonna lie, but I'll take the Bills.
I got the Bills as
I
well.
will guarantee a interception by Josh Allen though.
Dallas and the Chargers.
Give me the
Give me the
Chargers.
Give me the Chargers. Chargers need
Justin
a big
Herbert
win.
might throw for 450 yards.
Give me Dallas.
Facts.
Said it. I said
The
it.
Chargers need a big win. The Chargers just need a big win. If I'm being honest.
They do, but I think
Staley's gonna go for some dumb fourth down in the fourth quarter on their own 30. They're not gonna get it. Cowboys are gonna take the lead. Justin Herbert's gonna connect with Keenan Allen all the way down the field.
Dak
They're gonna win
Dak
the game.
Prescott's going to be pissed.
win
He's
the
going to
game.
ball out.
So we're
So,
doing
That's it for
bets
week
for
6.
this week.
Yeah, go ahead.
I will be taking the 49ers minus 5.5. I'm sorry to you two fellow Browns fans.
That's all right.
I'll be taking the Seahawks plus 3.5, Rams minus 6.5, Eagles minus 7, and the Chargers plus 3.5.
Nice.
Those are my Week 6 NFL picks.
My week 6 NFL picks are in A. I'm gonna wait till I get more information on that. But now let's go. What else was there? Was there any? I mean, we don't really need to go over injuries.
Justin Jefferson. That's
I know
about-
that the
that's the
trade
biggest
de-
one I can think of.
trade
Matt
deadline-
Milano broke his fucking leg.
Yeah.
He's probably top 2-3 linebacker in the NFL. That's gonna hurt. The
trade
Bills are
de-
getting fucked. They signed Josh Norman. That'd have been
Did
cool
they?
if it was 5 years ago. Yeah, that's at corner.
Really?
'Cause,
That's only cool if he's guarding Julio Jones.
Odell. Anyways,
Anthony Richardson's shoulder.
yeah.
but-
Isn't the trade deadline?
Trade
this month?
deadline is the end of this month, I believe.
Yeah, I think we got 3 more weeks.
Oh, the
Usually
end of
middle
this
of the
month. I
season.
mean, yeah.
We'll wait for some more spicy rumors.
Do you guys think Jonathan Taylor will leave? Think Jonathan Taylor get dealt?
Taylor? No, he just got assigned to a contract.
I don't mean that he doesn't want to stay or not.
No,
I think he's staying. I think
Word.
they'll
I
probably
don't
use
think
Zach Moss as
Zach
trade bait.
Moss is gonna do that again.
I mean, he was kind of dealing before Jonathan Taylor even came back, but
Thanks.
All right, let's do college real quick. Let's do our college picks, and then we'll end it there for our first one. Let's just do top 5. We don't have to go through all 25 teams.
yeah, thank you.
Let's do a rundown on the games, and then we'll do our top 5 each individual top 5.
All the games?
No. Just
The
the
top 25 games?
Just the
Or
top 5
games?
Yeah. So
Okay.
Georgia, Michigan, Ohio State, Florida State, and USC.
We're not going to talk about Texas losing, or are we talking about next week?
We're just
Yeah.
doing the top 5 right now.
I feel like nobody's even playing anybody really this week.
That's what
I don't
I'm
know if it's
asking. Are we
much of a
talking last
talking
week's
point.
score, or are we just talking this week?
Just coming week.
This
This
week.
coming
Okay.
weekend.
Okay.
But like Georgia's playing like
Obviously,
Purdue, I think.
They're
Georgia's
playing Vanderbilt.
Vanderbilt, that's
Vanderbilt,
a
yeah.
wash. Indiana and Michigan, that's a wash. Purdue, Ohio State, that's a wash.
Yeah, I feel like
Syracuse,
there's not
Florida
much
State,
to
that's a
talk
wash.
about.
But all right, so my top 5 would be
EP's top 5 CFBs of the week.
I'm gonna go with Michigan 1. I hate saying that, but I'm gonna go Michigan 1,
What?
Ohio State 2,
What?
Georgia 4.
Who's 3?
Dude, I gotta get Florida State out of there. I don't
Who's
think.
3?
Hang on a
You
minute.
skipped 3.
I'm not done yet.
You skipped 3.
I was gonna. There's Florida State, and who is 1, 2, 3. So I said Michigan, Ohio State. I'm honestly, I want to put all 3 Big Ten teams up there. Penn State
Penn State where?
3,
At 1, 2, and 3?
4. I'm gonna go Georgia. 5
Okay.
USC.
Yeah, USC, they're playing Notre Dame. Notre Dame's favored. Wow.
Wow.
They're favored by 2.5.
So
It was that Notre Dame, I guess.
Michigan, Ohio State,
Ooh.
Penn State, Georgia, USC. That's my top 5. Call me crazy, but Big Ten's balling out this year.
I mean, I'm definitely going to call you crazy.
Go ahead.
Go ahead.
I mean,
Tina.
I think they got it right. I think where it's at is where it's at.
I
if I'm
don't
being
like
honest.
Georgia at
Where do
1.
they? I didn't look.
I mean,
don't like
Georgia
it.
is the back-to-back defending champions.
Yeah.
What
that's
are we
why
talking about? They're
at
6 and
my
0.
I
number one just for
know,
that
but
reason.
That's
They
They're
win games.
literally favored to go back-to-back.
All right, Ryan, go ahead.
My top 5, Georgia. They're winning.
I don't
Can't.
like that. I don't like that.
I don't like you.
I know. They're back-to-back defending champions. Blah blah blah. I don't like that.
They
though.
win games. Kirby Smart's got the boys buzzing. Number
They also
2,
struggled
I
a
got
few times this
Michigan.
year, but all right.
Number 2, I got Michigan. I think they if Georgia wasn't the back-to-back champions, I would put Michigan at 1. Ohio State is at 3. I don't think they're going to be there for long. I don't think they're going to be in the college football playoffs after they lose to Penn State and Michigan. Oklahoma is my 4 spot after beating Texas. That's a huge game. Their defense finally stepped up, did something. And then number 5, I got whoever wins this weekend between Washington and Oregon. Both Heisman campaigns really bumping heads. Bo Nix and Michael Penix.
Yo, Michael
I-
Penix
I-
might be the truth. I ain't going to lie.
He's throwing like 4 or 5 touchdowns every game. 3 or 4, 5 touchdowns.
Looking like a
It's
young Geno
crazy.
Smith with Tavon Austin, but
He
without
does
Tavon
have
Austin.
like, it's like 2 of his receivers are top 15 picks probably,
Yeah.
or top 20 with Ohio State's wide receivers. But
Okay, let's go back to what you said earlier, though, about Ohio State losing. If Kyle McCord plays the rest of the year like he played the last, 18 minutes of that football game, do you still think Ohio State's losing?
against Notre Dame or against Maryland?
Against Penn State? At least, no, against Penn State. Against Maryland last week. So his last 18 minutes where he threw for 150 yards and a couple touchdowns. And we
Do I
almost got
think
cheated
they're
by a ref
still
to
gonna
get the under.
lose if
Do you still
It
think they're
is
going to
a-
lose to at least Penn State? Michigan, I can see you still losing to regardless. But Penn State, do you
Penn
think they still lose
State's
to Penn State if Kyle
defense
McCord is
is
dealing?
very, very good. I
Ohio
like
State
Penn
is
State's
home.
quarterback. Penn State's quarterback. I can't think of his name right now, but he's a dog.
Aller?
That's all I gotta say about that.
Okay.
I just said we'll see when they play. 2 weeks next week.
They
Next week,
played
I think.
Purdue and then Penn State.
Yeah, be a good game.
Didn't
Where is
really
it?
answer my
Where is
question,
it?
but yeah. Ohio
Where is
State.
it?
Ohio
The
State.
shoe.
Is that Ohio State?
Yep.
What time?
It's the
Scarlet.
noon
It's
game.
our Scarlet game.
Ooh,
All
noon
red.
game. They're putting that at noon.
Yeah, it's not a
should be
nighttime game.
prime
Give us a
time,
fucking night game.
literally.
Probably Colorado. It's probably the night game.
Can you squeeze in some college football bets?
Go ahead.
Give
don't
me
have any right
Rutgers
now,
minus
but-
5.5 against Michigan State. Michigan State is in complete shambles. Give me Maryland minus 13.5. They've been my sweet fucking baby this year. I had them plus
Maryland.
21.5 against Ohio State, and they almost fucked me, but they hung on. Give me South Carolina minus 2.5 versus Florida. As a Florida fan, this is a game we lose by 30. Surprised the spread's not a little bigger. Give me. I don't know how much I like this one, but it's a nice even number. Louisville minus 7 versus Pitt. Louisville might be coming off their Super Bowl beating Notre Dame, so I'm kind of scared about that. But give it to me. Air Force minus 10.5 against Wyoming. Air Force is not your typical military team. They're playing defense, and they can score a lot of points. That's all I got to say about that.
There's Ryan's college football bets
There-
of the week.
Daddy Dunham's
For all you gambling people out there, Ryan wins more than he loses, so I'd listen to him. He's definitely more knowledgeable than LeBron when it comes to betting.
You see, LeBron came out and said he's no longer a Cowboys fan. The
Okay,
Niners
Browns
fan.
baby. Dogs checks. Oh, my bad. I was unfamiliar with this game. My mistake.
All right, well, I think that's gonna do it for first episode of Taped Up. That was pretty good. I like it. Next week we'll probably throw in a little bit more stuff about the NFL.
A little more pizzazz.
A little-
We need some more pizzazz.
Yeah, a little more.
Let's get a little loose. Next week, 5 shots of ground before we start recording.
This podcast will be better
Tipsy.
come basketball season. Let's be honest.
I don't know
Podcast
much
is
about
brought to you
basketball,
by
so
FanDuel. Use
I mean,
code
you
taped up.
you see the
for
sweatshirt. You see the
50%
sweatshirt.
deposit.
that'll be
match.
interesting. I gotta stay in tune
You see the sweatshirt.
with basketball. But all right, thank you guys so much for watching. It's been Eric, Ryan,
code-
and
code-
T-Mac.
Code taped up 10 for 10% off G Fuel.
Not yet.
That's a fucking lie. He's lying.
Hey, yo, I'm just mistaken. My mistake.
But we'll see you guys next time. Peace out.
Peace.